I'm coming on to talk about a fun pants fitting workshop I'm teaching on June 11th and 12th with a fun lecture on Tuesday evening, the 10th. I'm going to be traveling to the Grand Rapids, Michigan ASG chapter. And if you're not familiar with what ASG is, it's the American Sewing Guild. So I'm going to put a link to the American Sewing Guild website as well. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, you can do that. But back to the pants fitting. They're having this event at the Hilton Double Tree right at the Grand Rapids airport, so it's very convenient to get to. On Tuesday night, there's going to be a lecture about pants fitting, and if you're an ASG member, that's free. If you're not an ASG member, that costs $10. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to be doing my whole scoop multi-method pants fitting workshop. And if you follow along with me, you know that I start out with a separate pants fitting waistband and a single leg muslin. As I learned from Ruth and the article Practical Pants Fitting in Threads Magazine issue 218. So we're going to start with that, but I've added a bunch of other things to it which I think really help you get good results quickly. And these are the things that I've added. First, before we start fitting, we're going to customize your pattern to agree with your body specific shapes. Now, what I'm talking about here is really not fitting. It's more about customizing the shape of the pattern to agree with things that you can see in the mirror. And things that I'm talking about are things like a tilted waistline, prominent inner thighs, whatever the shape of your behind is, we can adjust the angle of the back crotch to create more or less sitting room depending on how much you need. And then a few other things. I don't go crazy here because you do want to see how the pattern fits, but getting it to agree with your shape does save time in the fitting process. The other thing I like to do is add fitting allowances to the inseam. In the top-down center-out method, you add to the top of the pattern above the waist and you add to the side seams. I also like to add to the inseam. And the reason why I like to do that is because, as you know, the crotch shape can be adjusted from the waist, so we'll have extra there to play with, but also the tip of the crotch might need to be adjusted. And you can't do that in a two-leg muslin, so we will pay attention to that and fit that when we're in the single leg muslin fitting stage, and then we'll trim that back to a 1/2 inch before we add the second leg. So during this workshop, I'm going to show you how to use a separate pants fitting waistband and get it fitted onto you where you want your pants to sit or your waistband to sit. Then I'm going to show you how to work with a single leg muslin, how to use the Velcro around the waistband. Oh, and by the way, the waistband needs to be made and brought to class. So if you click the link for this workshop, there is information about making your pants fitting waistband and bringing it with you. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to work with that, how to work with the single leg muslin, and how to fit yourself by yourself. So in addition to fitting a pair of pants, I'm going to teach you how to fit pants while you're fitting your pants. And then as we progress along, I'm also going to share all my tips and tricks for how to keep all of the adjustments you're making to your muslin nice and accurate and how to transfer them to your paper pattern accurately. So by the end of this workshop, you will have a two-leg muslin that's fitted to you with a pattern that's ready to sew. This is going to be a really fun event. It's capped at 20 people. There's a few spaces left. So if you're interested, click the link below and check that out. If you have any questions or comments, please, post those below and I can help you. Or you can also, reach out to the Grand Rapids ASG chapter and they can help you. There is a discount for the pants fitting workshop if you're an ASG member. So, this is a really good opportunity if you've been trying to get into a pants fitting workshop with me and you haven't been able to yet. So if this works for your schedule and if the location is good, I really hope I'll see you there. It's going to be a really fun time. So I just wanted to tell you about this fun event I'm teaching. I want to thank everybody for taking a minute to listen, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.